Good morning, collective. How we doing today? Welcome back. Gigi here. Thank you so much for joining me for your morning affirmation. I am truly blessed to be here with you this morning. For you guys, it is August 22nd, 2022. I'm going to do, this week, I'm going to be adding a little something different to it. I've used this book a few times. I really love it. I really enjoy it. I would love to share the messages in it with you. Take it how it is. Just listen to the message from the Most High God, and hopefully this will help you start this day off on the right foot. Grab your coffee, your little, whatever it is you have for breakfast, maybe some fruit, a smoothie, whatever. Come sit and let's get this morning's affirmation. If you're interested in readings, please email me. It'll all be in the description box below, as well as the links to my sites. So if you have any questions, please feel free to email me, and we're just going to get started. This morning, I'd like to calm us all with some natural lavender. Let me just clear some energy. Let's get going. Holy Spirit, please join us this morning for our morning affirmation to help guide me and protect us all through this day and through this week. Please allow me to channel positive and clear messages for our collective on this morning's affirmation. And please protect us through this day from any evil and darkness that may be lingering towards us, and help cast it all away so we can walk in the purest light of your essence. Please and thank you, Holy Spirit. All right. I love you guys. Thank you again for being here. Let's start off with August 22nd's morning affirmation from this book. It's called Talk to Me, Jesus. It's daily meditations from the heart of God. If you're not Christian, that's perfectly fine. The messages are still, in my opinion, from the Most High, and I think they are beautiful, and they are from the scripture. So if you're interested, feel free to look them up. I will read it to you afterwards. But this morning's message is: your age does not matter, dear one. Never judge your life's worth by the constraints of a calendar. I was 30 years old before entering my public ministry on earth, and I ministered just 3 short years when I died on the cross. There were billions of souls who remained unreached, untaught, unhealed, but the shortness of my life didn't limit my Father. A moment of time is 1,000 years in heaven's economy. Remember, I fulfilled my Father's will unrestrained by the boundaries of time on earth, and your task is no different. You will complete the will of my Father for your life. Fix your heart to mine. Love me. This is what matters. This is from Psalms 39, chapter 39, verse 5, chapter 89, verse 47, chapter 90, verse 4, 103, verse 24, and Philippians, chapter 2, verse 8, and John 14:21, if you guys are interested. I'm going to try to read this every day this week when I do affirmations. I'm going to be working on them today, so you guys are going to be seeing this more often. I think it's very powerful messages in here. So we're going to crown this off with another message to kind of help us through the day. I'm going to keep this close because I feel like there's going to be messages I'm going to want to refer back to that about. So I also have our affirmation deck and the intuition oracle. We're going to see what Spirit has to say to us this morning. What else do you have to say, Spirit? Thank you. I'm worthy of the very best in life, and I now lovingly allow myself to accept it. I'm going to read that again. I am worthy of the very best in life, and I now lovingly allow myself to accept it. You are worthy of having the very best in this life: love in unconditional manners, respect as long as it is given, abundance and health and love and prosperity and finances and all of the good things. You are worthy of it. Who cares if you're 18 years old and you have your whole life ahead of you and you feel like everybody in this world is just like, you're too young to know what love is. You're too young to want to start a business. You've got all your life ahead of you to do this. No. Who cares if you're 65 years old and you want to go back to college? Who cares if you're 37 years old and want to shoot for a doctorate when you've been out of college or out of school for 20 years? Who cares? Today is a blessing. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. And if you now understand that you are worthy of the very best in this life, there is nothing that can stop you as long as you are walking in the hands of the Most High. You are grateful for the things that are in front of you, and you continue to move forward. all of us have things going on with our health and our life and the ups and the downs and the drama and the distractions and the heartbreak and all of the things that we go through in this life. We all have to go through some version of it. All of us. And coming from somebody who lived 36 years without knowing God was really truly standing by me until I did, I missed out on so much. Didn't recognize blessings that were literally being handed to me. Now I know. And when you know, then you know. And there's no going back. And now that you know that you are worthy of the best in this life, now you should be allowing yourself to accept it. Accept it gracefully, gracefully embrace those blessings that are the very best that Spirit has deemed you worthy of. Take it and seize the day. It is important for you to understand that you are worthy of so much more than depression, anxiety, and stress. You really are. You really are. You are worthy of the very best in this life. I mean, depending on what your beliefs are and where you stand, and if you believe in Jesus, believe that, if you believe, then you should understand what I'm about to say. And if you don't, take it how it is for you. I'm not pushing my religion on anybody, but I am talking to you about what Spirit is giving me. And even if this person was just as pure as could be and just lived that life and did all of those things, even just as a mere mortal, just think about it like this. I'm going to say it in a different way. Think of a person that would come up to you in a store, seeing you struggling to pay for your bill, and say, "Friend, look, I know times are hard. Let me help you." Or, that's a blessing there. There's not many people left in the world. Maybe there are. I don't know. I'm hoping that there are more than I realize. But there are fewer people that are willing to help thy neighbor than there are people that are willing to just walk away and let somebody else struggle. Okay? And the thing is if you are that person that is struggling and somebody comes up with a blessing for you and offers to do whatever it is, whether it's to buy you lunch if you're hungry, or if it's to help you pay for your groceries so you can put your food on your table for your family, or if it's, you're at a store and you have only 2 items and you only have enough to cover one and the other item seems important, somebody giving you the money and say, "Don't worry about it, pass it forward when you can." Those are the things that Spirit's trying to say, look, people are trying to bless you. I'm trying to bless you. There's somebody with a kind heart out there that doesn't want to see you struggle. Don't be upset that somebody's trying to offer you something. I feel like there's too many people that are just afraid of judgment because of the way that their life is right now in this moment. Maybe you're sleeping on somebody's couch. Maybe you're struggling to pay your car bills. Maybe you're struggling to put food on the table. Maybe you have to go to the food pantry. Maybe you have to go on welfare for a little while to get yourself up and out of the hole that the world has put us in through COVID. The last few years, man, have been difficult. The world has been difficult the last few years. I mean, it's been hard for a really long time, but because of COVID and, everybody, it's just not easy for everybody. Not everybody can work from home. Not everybody has the skills to pay the bills working on the computer, or they don't have the follower count on whatever social media to make them millionaires to be able to do it. It's not for all of us. It's not, okay? I do this for y'all. I do this because it makes me feel good, okay? If you're putting yourself through hell in a handbasket, fighting blessings because you're afraid of judgment, say, for instance, it's your job, okay? Say, for instance, whatever it is that you're preparing to go to today, because today's Monday for you guys. It's still Sunday for me because, I've been busy all weekend. Anyway, today's Monday for you guys. Are you excited to go to the place that you have to go to today to go earn your pay? Does it make you feel whole and fulfilled? Or is it just something that makes a paycheck for you that's kind of monotonous? Kind of like, it's this time. I don't want to have to go, but if I don't go, the lights get turned off. I get booted out of my house. I can't put food on the table for the kids. Like, the thing is, the Spirit's putting these thoughts in your head because it's literally, it's like, it feels like whatever it is that's holding somebody back is literally drowning them in emotions of just I don't wanna. You are worthy of having a better life. It just means that you may need to take a step in a new direction that may be out of your comfort zone. It may be something that it requires you to have faith and take a leap of faith. Let me tell you, I'm gonna say this from direct experience, okay? I'm 37. I just turned 37 last month. And I didn't, there's one person that said something to me a few years ago that really stuck with me. It made me so angry when it was first said. Back then when I first had my son, me and his dad were living in an RV, being in nomads, doing the fun hippie things that we do. And we decided to start our family thinking that where we lived and what we were doing, we would have plenty of room, but we didn't realize how stressful it was going to be. Okay. Now this person came into my life. He likes to come in and out. And he said something really bad about being, at the time, me and his dad were, kind of dealing with his job situation to where I was basically raising my son all by myself because he was out traveling for work. And I was basically raising him as a single mom. And he said to me, all you're ever going to be is a single mom living in an RV. You're never going to amount to anything. And those words will linger with me for the rest of my life. Because I know what I've been through in my life. This motherfucker doesn't know shit besides being an asshole. So I'm just going to say it like that. Excuse my French. If you don't like it, well, that's what this person was, okay? And if he's watching, he knows who he is and he knows what he is to me. So either which way, he said that to me and it's kind of lingered over my head for a few years because it's like, is that what people see me as when I do this? Being in this RV, my son has 36 acres of free place to roam and grow and have fun. Yeah, it's a small living space. It's an older vintage RV, but it's ours. We don't have to pay anything to live here. Like, it was a great experience. All he saw was what he saw talking to me over the phone or on video chat. You know what I'm saying? And as time progressed, we moved into the apartment we live in now, much bigger, much safer, much more room, but I don't have that outside space. You know what I'm saying? There's blessings in everything that we have, whether you're almost a single mom raising your son in a small space, or if you make $250,000 a year and you live in a nice bougie place. Do you have people there that love you? Are you going to a job that's paying you all this money that makes you feel fulfilled, or is it just a job with money? Or do you have 36 acres of beautiful space in the middle of the beautiful countryside right outside of Yosemite to live and grow and prosper? Do you have these things? Or are the words of somebody else lingering over you saying, are you not going to amount? It's what they think you should amount to, not what you think, not what God wants for you. It's hard when people, the stresses of other people's judgment and the stresses of other people's words and opinions linger over you. It's time for you to understand you deserve better than that. You deserve more respect than that. You deserve to be who you are because that is how God made you. And it doesn't matter if you're 18 years old and have more wisdom and emotional and spiritual and mental maturity than most 40-year-olds, even some 50-year-olds. Like that guy that told me this is in his 50s. He had the audacity to say this to me. Okay? Yeah. Some people, I know some 22-year-olds that have more mental maturity than this 52-year-old man that I'm talking about. Okay? 22, 23-year-olds that could put some pastors I know to shame with their spiritual maturity. So it doesn't matter, like it says, how old you are. If you have a mission to do something, do it. Some people would be like, gee, why are you doing this? You have very few followers. You're not making any money doing this. Why? Well, that's not the point of me doing this. The point of me doing this is these kind of messages. To sit here and tap into the energy of people that need me. Let me tell you, the energy I picked up on Friday for our weekend read or for our live reading on Friday, that energy there had to have a little stern talking to, because I feel like there are people that are literally being shown that they deserve the best that is meant for them in this life, that could bring them to huge endeavors, that could make them all the abundance that they want, but yet they are refusing. They are refusing to allow themselves to accept what it is. Was it because of outside judgment? What is it? Because the people that you're looking at that kind of that want you aren't like, I don't know what, what's his name? Johnny Depp, Chris Hemsworth, Chris Evans, Jake Gyllenhaal. You know, like what? Because they ain't bougie like that? What? Because they're not models in a freaking Calvin Klein ad? Like, who cares? If the person's coming towards you has a sweet heart and a kind heart and wants to do for you, that is a blessing. If they're willing to respect you, that's a blessing. And it could even go to work too. If you go to work and you have a high-powered director of operations and security kind of position working at these big companies, and these people don't respect you, these people put you in positions to where they make you feel this big, all for a freaking paycheck, you deserve better than that. If they don't respect you, and with all the respect that you give and the things that you prove that you are, and they don't, no. It's time for you to accept it, and it's time for you to move on. Like for me, I didn't deserve that. I didn't deserve the comment that this schmucko said to me. I didn't deserve it at all. I'm a good mother. I'm a hard worker. I'm good to my spouse. I'm good to my friends. I'm good to my family. I try to be my best version of myself for you guys. I try to walk hand in hand with the Most High. These people don't understand you. They don't know what's in here like you and Spirit know. And if you're surrounding yourself with people that are trying to repress that out of you, you're fighting the blessings coming towards you. And Spirit wants you to know that you are worthy of them. Just accept it. Just accept it. Just accept that there are some people that are not meant to be in your life because of their hatred, their jealousy, their envy, their rage and regrets of their own life, and they try to take that out on sweet, innocent people with pure hearts. So if you're dreading going to where you're going today and you're not like gung-ho Joe Navy, ready to take on the world, ready to do all the things, you, friend, it's time for a change, okay? What else you got for me, Spirit? Let's just take these. We got 4 messages. The leaders, the future, the creator, and the homebody. On the bottom of the deck, we have the communicator, okay? So, your future needs you to take the lead. You are not the lamb being led by the shepherd. You need to be the shepherd in this case, okay? You need to be the one that's leading yourself into your future. Don't follow the leader. Don't follow the leader. This isn't Simon Says. This is Spirit Says. And Spirit says you are worthy of the very best in this life, no matter how old or young you are. Look at what he sent his only son to do. Okay? If you are of Christian faith or know the Bible. Okay? Look at what he sent Jesus here to do. Like he said, it took him 30 years to do it and only 3 years to accomplish the goal. So even like Gigi, who's 37 years old, deciding to get up and go deal with a bunch of 18, 19, and 20-year-olds, there's a handful of people that are older, my age or older, but dealing with having to compete with the wisdom of these children that are coming out of school where they're doing algebra that I didn't do until high school in 3rd or 4th grade. Having to compete with this, having to catch up to all of this after not being in school for 20 years. If I can do it, where I have schmucks telling me that I'm not going to amount to anything but what I was or what I was choosing to do with my life, to now, if I can do it, you can do it. Okay? Communicate what you want and communicate it to the Most High. Don't give that energy to these people. Don't give them what they think. Don't give them your power. If you're saying, look, I'm not happy here. I don't like the way I'm being treated. I don't give a shit how much money you want to give me. You need to respect me. You need to take what I give to this company or whatever it is. And you need to not take it for granted. Because if I get up and walk out, who are you going to put here to replace me? Somebody 20 years younger than me? Fine. But then you have to deal with the work ethics of somebody that's 20 years younger than me, that doesn't show up to work on time, that doesn't do this, that doesn't do that, that doesn't do this. Remind these people who you are. You are the one that's creating all different kinds of, let's just say, I'm going to just use this as an example, all different kinds of accounts. If you work in a place where you have to bring in businesses to help grow yours, and you're bringing in all kinds of accounts, all kinds of new things, all kinds of really fun, innovative kind of things, and some of these people that don't have no followers on Instagram, that don't have any community, like any social media background or any, and you're like, okay, Joe Schmo is just sitting there playing video games at his desk while I'm sitting over here trying to find new places to bring. You want to put him in my position? Go ahead and see what happens. You want to give somebody younger and fresher a new outlook? Go ahead and see if they can do what I do better. And if they can, well, then you move on to something. At that point, does it really matter? You're gone. You're off doing something better for you. Okay. Don't just sit at home, not, like hating yourself, kicking yourself, punching yourself in the head like, what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? This is all I know. No, it's not. Let's just say this. What's a good, you've been in the family landscaping business, the family business your whole life. That's all you grew up. Let's say you're working at a restaurant. The family owns a restaurant and all you know how to do is be there because that's all they ever did. Showed you, you went through high school and as soon as you got done, you went to the family business. And now you're 37 years old and you're like, I don't want to do this anymore. What's stopping you from getting up and going and getting your associates and then going and getting your bachelor's, going and getting your master's or getting your doctorate or going back to school and getting one of whatever, or going to a trade school and learning something you want to learn? What's stopping you? Why are you just sitting at home just beating yourself up? It's time to get creative. It's time to get creative because Spirit's saying there's so much more to you than what's right in front of you that you're dreading. Okay? You have the ability to change your future by creating something, not just sitting at home depressed. We all have to face depression in one way or another. Believe me, I get it. I get it. But once you decide to take Spirit by the hands and walk strong and walk in the light, it'll all become easier. It's not going to become easy. Never said that. Easier. Believe me, this week has been a hell of a week. My first week of school, my son was sick. Now I've got to go and deal with, making sure he's got plenty of childcare for this week, making sure he gets into school, making sure everything needs to get done is done, making sure he's taken care of so I can go tomorrow and be the A student that I am. The one that's in class and attentive and ready. We all have things that pull us back, that try to pull us back to the darkness and pull us back to our old ways. We have to be the ones that are saying, I am the leader of my life, hand in hand with the Most High, and there is no darkness that's going to take me away from the things I am worthy of, and that is the best that this life has to offer to me. Okay? Go create something new for yourself. Don't just sit at home doing nothing. If you want to, if on a Friday night you have had a beautiful week and you're ready to just kick back and chill and you want to be home, well, it says here the affirmation is I enjoy the secure base I have made for myself and my loved ones. And if that means staying at home, sitting on your ass and watching a movie and hanging out with your people, then do it. But don't just sit there and just be in depression because you hate your life and you don't want to go. You don't want to be like, oh, I only have 2 days. I don't want to go back to work. No. I hear this from my beautiful mother, and it's making me so sad, because she's getting closer and closer. She's only a few years away from retirement. My pops, her husband, is already retired, and she's got a huge burden on her shoulders that she's never had to deal with. And she's putting up with, going to work every day, and she doesn't really like some of the people she has to associate with, and it makes her depressed and sad. And I see it aging her, and I'm like, Ma, you got to stop. And then it's the security and this, and I get it, especially when you're getting closer to, retirement. But I keep seeing you work how many years? Some of us go into the workforce right out of high school. So you're 18 years old? And then you work all the way up until you're 65? That's damn near 50 years of your life gone. And you only got 25, 30 years after that to do anything? You got to think about health. Got to think about all that. We're not going to be in this young physical body forever. It's going to age. And how you take care of it, if you've got too much stress on your body, You put too much on it, you're going to deteriorate yourself and age yourself so much faster. So why put yourself going through not having something that makes you happy, going to a job like you're going to today, and if you're like drinking that coffee like, gee, I don't really want to go, I get it. Go do something else. Go do something else. You're not young enough, no matter how old you are, to do something new and better your life. Why not take the last bit of our lives or the beginning part of our life and do something we really want to do? What, you want to be, I'm going to just use my friend. If she's watching, she's know I'm talking about her. If you want, you've been set up to go into the military and you have all of these skills and you're like, yeah, I know I can go and do this, but this working in the cannabis industry is really what sets my fire, lights my fire and ignites my passion. And it's really, truly, I want to help reach people and use this healing herb to do it. If that's what it is, do it. Do it. Do it in every possible angle. Do it from every single possible type of direction. Even if you work in 4 or 5, 6 hustles. Standard millionaire have at least minimum 4 to 5 different hustles that bring them in money. You want that money status? You want that bougie status? You want to be drowning in money? Get to it. You want to do it? Do it. Even if you have to start out small. Working your way, having a budget, learning how to handle your money. Now, getting your financial maturity up, do it. It's going to suck. Yeah, you can't go get the cute clothes. No, you can't go get your hairs did. No, you can't get your nails done. Do it from home. Find you a bestie that can do it for you. Go, have some girl time, whatever. And that way, save that coin. And that way, when you start getting these extra hustles and you can start doing, then you can do for all of it. Don't worry about this. This will come. This is as easier than you think to make. Okay? Especially when you're doing it honest. You may have to work, like I said, to do what you want to do and have the life you want to have. You may have to struggle for a little bit to get it. But if it's worth it to you, it's worth it. It should be worth your time, your energy, not going to a place that makes you fucking miserable. Okay? That's the message for you today. It's not worth it. It doesn't matter how old you are. It doesn't matter. You want it, go for it. Do not let anything stop you. I believe in you. The Most High believes in you. And for this lovely Monday morning, you can seize this day and stand in your boundaries, and you can allow yourself to accept that you deserve the best from every living aspect of your life. The people you allow in your circle, the people you associate with in your daily life, the jobs, the schooling, the people, the things, the way of thinking, the mentality. It is all for your benefit. And if you choose not to see it, and you choose to see certain things as what may be a curse, no, I can't be this. No, I don't want to do that. No, if you're fighting it, that's on you. If you're fighting it, that's on you. If you're afraid and you're allowing fear to rule your life, that's on you. Surrender it to the Most High. Do not let fear hold you back in any aspect of life at all. Believe me, I've had to wrangle fear many times. I picked up after my grandfather got sick, and I packed up my entire life, and I moved 3,000 miles away. When I walked off that plane, walking into the airport in Salt Lake City International Airport to meet my friend I hadn't seen in years, to say, hey, I'm here, let's do the damn thing. The feeling I got in my gut was ridiculous. If I listened to the freaking guilt that was being laid on me, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't have my beautiful son. I would have never met his father. I would have never had the experiences that I have, and I wouldn't have been in the place at the right time to have the awakening I had. I would have been on a whole other path, and God only knows what it was like, what it would have been like. Would I have, allowed myself to bend and break to the will of what other people wanted for me? Probably. But I'm too damn strong for that. And I'm hoping that my passion and what I had to go through is some kind of motivation for you guys to realize what you are worthy of and what you are capable of. If Gigi can do it, you can do it. Somebody that was addicted to cocaine and lost their career, the career of their dreams, to a stupid, childish mistake. Childish choices, it wasn't a mistake. I knew what I was doing. The childish choices of breaking the heart of somebody I didn't want to break their heart for, and putting myself into a depressed state where I just didn't give a shit. If I can go from being in that kind of mental like disaster of a life and have to serve 18 years of penance and dealing with the crap I had to go through to get me where I am, you can do it. And I'm just Gina. My name is Gina Marie. That is who I am. I am a simple person here in the middle of nowhere, California, coming to you to try to bring some kind of wisdom to your life to help give you a positive push in the right direction. I'm nobody special. I'm not Kim Kardashian. I'm not one of the billionaires of the world. I'm just Gina. Saying, I know what it's like to be on the bottom end of the totem pole. I know what it's like to have to feel the struggles of finances, the struggles of stress, the struggles of being repressed, the struggles of being put down, the struggles of being the attempts of controlling my life by people who have control issues, narcissists, sexual abuse, molestation, bullying. I've been through it, all of that. And I know what it's like to have to fight your way up from the bottom, even at this age. Even at this age. Believe me, when I walked into my astronomy class on Thursday night, I felt a little bit out of place. You've got, quantum, you got physics majors that are minoring in all different kinds of crazy math. And I'm sitting here like, I'm going to be a psychologist. Let's sit around and smoke some weed and talk about our feelings. Like, that's me. I love the stars. Believe me, this is going to be a class for me. Like, I'm so excited. But I was just like, I'm hearing the way that they talk. And I'm like, what did I do? Because I've been out of school so long and I didn't really care about school when I was there. If I can do it, you can do it. I've got depression and anxiety issues. Have since I was 6 years old. Okay? I have been through the ringer just like you guys have in different aspects, obviously. No two lives are the same. So even if you're twins, my battles were different, but they were still similar battles that I was able to come through it. And now I see why is because I have very, very determined ancestors that want to see the repression be lifted off of my family. I have the most beautiful essence of them all, the Most High God sitting here saying, you know who you are. I put you here for a reason. Yeah. You've got something to do. You've got people to teach. Well, so do you guys. You have a story that needs to be told and testimony that's going to heal others. How you're doing it. You know what? What if you were meant to go on this journey of stepping out of your comfort zone and record the whole damn thing? People go on these weight loss journeys and you see them at 420 pounds going to like 200 and they're like a whole new person, completely taken off the weight of a whole other person. And you see their transformation. That's what it is. Is there something that you're supposed to be doing? And you're supposed to be journaling about it. You're supposed to be, whether it's a video journal, a journal, something. There's something that you're doing or you're destined to do that's supposed to help somebody. Even if it's just your own kids, because being the best parent is the greatest challenge of this life. Not all of us were meant to be Kim Kardashians. Not all of us were meant to be Bill Gates. Not all of us were meant to be these people that, look at, what's his name from Tesla? Sending people to the damn moon. Private. People like me and you, we got to get into shape and then we can go on a rocket and go to the moon one day. Like, that's what they're doing. They're going to be known forever. Some of us were not meant for that. Some of us were meant to change the course of what's right in front of them. Don't worry about how old you are. Don't worry about that. Take care of yourself. Love yourself. Cherish the body that you're in. Take care of yourself. Go for a walk. When you get home from whatever nonsense it is you got to deal with today, do me a favor. After dinner, don't pick up the phone. Grab your shoes, grab your keys, lock the door, and go for a walk. Grab a bottle of water, and go for a walk. Do something good for yourself today. This was way longer than I wanted it to be today, but that's okay. There's a message that needs to be told. Go for a walk today and just be still and just absorb the energy of the sun and let it fuel you. Hear that triane? Take this as a symbol from God. Go take care of yourself. Have a glass of water after this cup of coffee or whatever caffeine it is you're drinking. Go have a glass of water. Have a piece of fruit. Go and bring yourself to where you need to be and know that you are strong enough to get through whatever it is and start taking the steps you need to take to better yourself. And if you're on that mission to bettering yourself, doing the things you want to do, just know that Spirit sees you and your diligence and your dedication, and He will bless you abundantly when it's time. There are things that you need to know first, and there are challenges you need to go through first in order to be able to accept that kind of blessing and that kind of, magnitude. There are things you got to learn first, and it's going to take some time. Just be patient. Okay? That's the message for you this morning. Thank you. 35:55 on the timer. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Thank you for all you do for us. I close this reading. Thank you, guys. Have a blessed day. I'll see you tomorrow. Oh, it's 12:34 p.m. here in California. Everything is going in step the way it's supposed to, just for you to have the very best in this life. Go forth and have a beautiful day. I love you all very much. I'll see you in the next one.